Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well. Today is such a gloomy day, which is why I have to work with every single light that I possibly have in my room right now, which is why the lighting is just not looking how I usually like it. There is like no light coming through my window right now, so I hope it's fine. I hope it's not like quality-wise very icky. It bothers me personally so much because I put a lot of effort into this and for the videos to turn out good, and when they just don't look how they are supposed to look, I go nuts. But anyway, so today I wanted to talk about makeup products that have truly stood the test of time for me personally. So these are products that I have been using for many years. They almost have an holy grail status, but it's more like products I just know very well. I know what I get out of them when I use them. It's just like things I can rely on. So if you want to know what they are, then please keep on watching. I have a list on my phone because I knew I would probably forget something and I just really wanted to go in order. So the very first thing that I have been using for years, and I'll probably have it in my collection forever, and that is the Nisha Perfect Cover BB Cream RX. I have mentioned this on my channel pretty much every single tutorial of mine. If it's not the Catrice True Skin Foundation, it has to be this BB cream because it is everything I want in a base makeup product. When I want something more natural looking and like very dewy and glowy, something that makes your skin just look very healthy, this is a product that I always go for. This has such a beautiful texture. It's not like a foundation, it's really like a BB cream. It's nice and smooth, has good coverage. It just makes your skin look like glass skin, like very perfected, very airbrushed, just enhanced in such a beautiful way. It doesn't cling to any dry patches, so it makes your skin look very supple. So when I want really good looking skin, very healthy looking skin, this is it. It has skincare ingredients in it as well. It has a good amount of SPF, which to this day I find SPF 42 to be such a weird number. But that's okay. So I love this so much. I also find that especially when face makeup keeps working over the years, that shows that it's so good, because like I mentioned in a recent video, the Rare Beauty Weightless Foundation doesn't work with my skin at the moment, but this over the years, no matter how my skin was acting, if I had acne, if I had a lot of dry patches, it always worked. So I think this could work for a lot of people. If you have not tried it, try it out. I personally love it so much. I don't know why someone would not like it. It's just so good. Next up on the list, you're probably tired of hearing me talk about this, but I'm sorry. I'm just very honest here. The Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer is it's such an OG for me. This concealer has gotten repurchased so many times over the last couple of years because it always works. It's not too hydrating, it's not too matte. It has a beautiful amount of coverage. It's not like cakey coverage, it's also not like sheer. I find it buildable, it lasts very well. It is just so nice. It never broke me out. I have such a good color match for me. I find I have 005 Light Natural and the color just works so well for me. So this is something I will probably have forever because I've had it forever and ever. It's one of those products that you just don't feel the need to try something else because it is working so well. Maybe there is something better out there, but I'm so content with only this, so I don't even want to purchase something different. Maybe the True Skin Concealer. I want to kind of stay very loyal to Catrice because they have been just so good for my oily, dry, acne-prone, weird kind of skin. So when face products don't break me out, I get super happy. So right now I have a situation here. It's just an ongoing thing. It's normal. It's okay. So That is why I love this. Under the eye, it looks so good. It doesn't crease overly badly. Every concealer is going to crease to some extent, right? Compared to other concealers I've used, I find this looks the best on my skin. So such a favorite. Such a favorite. Next, we have a bronzer that I used, let me think, when did I first try this? It must have been like, yeah, 6 years ago was probably the first time that I tried this bronzer, and I still love it. It's, again, something I can rely on. It's the Maybelline City Bronzer. I have the shade 200 Medium Cool. It's a very nice powder bronzer. It's just nothing over the top. I mean, there is just so much to say about a bronzer, powder bronzer. It just works. It blends very well. It's not overly pigmented where you dip your brush in and you are lost. And it's also not too sheer where you have to build and build and build and build. It has a slight amount of sheen that you cannot see on the face at all. I would say on the face it gives like a matte bronzer kind of look. But it's so beautiful. What I love the most about this, and that is one of the reasons I have purchased it over and over the years, is simply because of the undertone. It's more of like a pukey yellow kind of tone. It's not too orange and not too brown. So when I apply it to my skin, I can definitely tell there is some sort of like an olive yellowy kind of undertone, which is why I like it so much. I think it's a very flattering kind of undertone. I like to play with different undertones of bronzer, and this is one of the most flattering I find. It just looks very good. It's a bronzer when I'm like, oh, I need a new bronzer. I want something that just works, just gives me a little bit of a color. I like to go for this one. So I have bought this many times in my life before because it is just so easy. It's just very fuss free. Next on the list we have blushes, and the blushes that I have used for the longest time, and I don't even want to lie, I think of all the products, no, there's one product I've used even longer than this, but this is like the second longest usage product. And it's the Essence blushes. Oh my god, Essence was the first brand I ever tried when I was 13, and I don't know, I mean, I was not going to be spending a lot of money. Over 10 years later, I still use this brand and I still use these blushes. Really enjoy them. They are super affordable. They have a bunch of beautiful colors. They all have different finishes. Like some have like a shimmer finish and some have a matte finish, and I just really enjoy them. So the colors I have are these three kind of neutral tones. This one here is number 90 Bedazzling. In the middle we have number 10 Befitting, and then this one on this side is the shade 20 Bespoke, a brownie kind of bronzy glow kind of blush. It's very pretty if you like this type of tone. This one in the shade Befitting I'm actually wearing today. It's just like a beautiful dusty rosy kind of shade, and then Bedazzling is a warm nude peach. That is what I would consider this to be. They also have poppier colors, so if you like something a bit brighter, they also have brighter shades. But yeah, these are just like, it's just blush. I don't want to be like, it's just blush. Like, what could there be wrong? No, there are many blushes that just don't work. But these ones, even though they are so affordable, they blend very well. They look so good on the skin, and they don't enhance any texture, none of that, not even the shimmer one. They all look so good. If I need a blush and I don't want to spend a lot of money, which is one thing actually, I was not sure if I was going to like Bespoke because I'm usually a like pink, cool toned kind of blush lover, and I wanted to try something like this, so it really didn't hurt to buy it for $3 and first test the waters. So that is one thing I love so much. These are affordable, so you can try colors, finishes. Like, you've been using shimmer blushes for the longest time, you don't know if you even like the matte finish on you, try one of these. These are so inexpensive, so these are really a very, very loyal friend to me. The next product, so technically I haven't had these palettes for very long, but it's the brand in general that I want to talk about. BH Cosmetics eyeshadows. I have used BH palettes for so long. They were kind of like Next to my Too Faced chocolate palettes, the only other shadow that I was using, and they have been good from the very beginning. Like, I have the Carly Bible palette, still have it actually. I don't use it, but I still have it. Their formula has definitely improved, so I can really rely on BH Cosmetics shadows. They are just so good. If I could buy a new BH palette, it would even be the, I don't know, something Paris palette. It's like cool toned purpley. That one is so pretty. The palettes I have at the moment, oh, I forgot one. It's the digital Future palette. I used it in my It Girl makeup look, and that palette is so good. It's 10 bucks, guys, 10 bucks. The shadows are obviously a lot smaller than in these ones because these are quite big. So it's like 16 shadows for $16. So these are a great deal if you find a color story and these types of palettes that you like. I really recommend them. Like, again, the formula has improved so much. They're like, I would totally prefer to go out and buy a BH palette like this than buy like a Too Faced or a Tarte palette or whatever it is that is more expensive, because I just know what I'm gonna get out of these palettes. They're super pigmented, but they blend very, very well. Fun fact, if you didn't know, the first time I got the Beautiful in Barcelona palette, I actually wanted to declutter it right away. I thought it was such a bad palette because it was too pigmented, and I just did not know how to work with that type of pigment, because the only other palettes I have been using were K-Beauty palettes, which tend to be softer, a little bit less pungent in a way, so I was kind of shook. I did not know how to work this, but I'm glad I kept it, and now this formula is one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. It's just so good. Like, when I want Western type of pigmented shadows, BH Cosmetics always has my back. The next I'm so passionate about, you also probably can't hear me talk about this anymore. It is the Romand Hand Fix Mascara. Now, I have not been using this for 2, 3, 4 years. I have been using it over a year. Have I? Have I even been using this for an entire year? Hold on, let me look it up on YouTube. When did I film my Romand mascara video? Oh, this is going to be embarrassing. Well, it was 11 months ago, and if you keep in mind that I film and upload only like a few weeks later, probably I've had this for a year. So I'm just going to put it in here because it feels like we have been together for so long. Like, we are almost, I don't know, we're just this close at this point. This mascara is everything. My boyfriend was in Seoul, actually, in Korea, and I told him, bring me this mascara, please. I don't want to place a Yesstyle order just for this mascara, so he brought me one because this is everything for me. There's just, I don't want to be repetitive. It's just everything. Like, even if I had been using this only for 4 months, I think the passion would be just as strong, and I would still put it in this video because I feel like this will be something I'll use forever and ever. It's almost like with the Catrice concealer, you don't want to try something else because this works so well for you. You know what I'm saying? So this is everything. Highly, highly recommend if you have stubborn, straight lashes that don't hold a curl, you like a kind of lash lift effect, natural look. I'm wearing it right now. I think it's so, so pretty. Romand Hand Fix Mascara in long black. Totally the way to go. Okay, what else do we got? Oh yeah, it's almost on the same page, y'all. I'm also embarrassed, but at the same time, why should I be embarrassed talking about something that I love so much? If I like it, I'm going to keep using it. I'm a creature of habit. The Etude Drawing Eyebrow Brow Pencil. Self-explanatory ever since I started my YouTube channel. This, and alongside the L'Oreal Brow Expert, were the only 2 brow products I used, I believe. Maybe I used a powder and a pomade in between. I don't think I did. But this is definitely my holy, holy, holy grail. It's more of a hard formula. It doesn't really feel waxy. I don't get Sharpie brows because it's not too pigmented. Like, right off the bat, it doesn't feel like you're just like punched in the face with brow gel or brow pencil streaks. It's just very easy to use. So if you're a beginner or you struggle generally with your brows looking just way over the top, way too fast, because I feel like Western products are a lot more pigmented and creamier. You want something that is easier to control, and you like this kind of teardrop triangle shaped tip, which I know a lot of people hate. I personally love it. I can totally recommend this. This is $3-ish and it lasts for such a long time. So I don't use a lot because I only really apply it into the tail of my brow, a little bit in the front, and this lasts me months and months and months and months. Actually, every time I place a Yesstyle order, I usually put one in my basket because I'm like, I need this. And just recently I realized, oh my god, I have 2 backups. How did that happen? I don't need that much as a backup because this lasts for such a long time. It has been with me for so long, and I think we'll be forever together in love. So the last 3 products I want to talk about are lip products. If you didn't know, lip products were definitely what got me into makeup when I was little. How would you know? I never told you about it. The very first thing I ever used was lip gloss, but I'll start with lip liners. So the lip liner that I've been using for the longest time, and I keep buying colors and I keep loving and adoring and just recommending this, is the NYX lip liners, of course. I love these so much. The formula is so good. It's not overly creamy, it's not overly dry. I think it's just the perfect lip liner formula. It's easy to build up. It's easy to apply just a little bit if you really want to just lightly contour your lips. So this formula works. It's just so nice, and I love the color selection. The colors are so good. I have, okay, hold on, let me put this in the right order, I guess. What is the right order? There's no right order. So I have Nude Beige, which is my all-time favorite cool tone brown nude lip liner. I have Nude Truffle, which is slightly darker and a little bit warmer, but not warm, so it still works for my cool tone skin. Then I have Natural, which is a mauve-y kind of shade. I have Peekaboo Neutral. It's a lot more pinky. A lot of people say that this is a Pillow Talk dupe. I don't know about that. And lastly, my latest obsession, Coffee. When I got it, I was so disappointed because I wanted something more brown, but this turned out to be the perfect lip liner shade for me at the moment because of the light rosiness in it, but it's darker than Natural and Peekaboo Neutral. What is it with that color? I can't get the name in my head. It's darker, but it still has that rosiness to it, so it's such a beautiful lip shade. I've used this in the past videos, so all of these lip liners have been used on my channel. They're nothing new. I have to try the suede lip liners. Those are a little bit more expensive, but they're supposed to be very good as well. Maybe I'll have to try that. But for the time being, this is so nice. I love them so much. Do I want to leave with a bang or do I want to go in order? I don't know. Yeah, I'll leave like the one that I've used for the longest time for last and mention these. Another product that has been in my collection for ages. It has been ages. Also 6+ years, probably 8. Yeah, maybe even more. But they don't get a lot of hype anymore, and that's so sad. But I still use them, and we're talking about MAC lipsticks. This is so OG. This is so old. Oh my god. MAC lipsticks, you guys. They used to be the most raved about thing, the most hyped thing, just like the brand in general was so loved. It had such a cult following. It's just so sad to me that not a lot of people talk about MAC lipsticks anymore, but you guys, these have been in my collection for a very long time, probably longer than they should, and I probably shouldn't be using them anymore, but I still do. These are so good. I think that back in the day, they were so popular because, I mean, makeup has come such a long way. In the drugstore, in general, and I just feel like back in the day when you wanted a specific color, MAC was just the way to go. And I don't want to say MAC was innovative with their shades, but they were doing something different, you know? It was the entire experience to go to the counter and it was just crazy how many lipstick shades they had. So many beautiful nudes, but bright purples as well, and reds and all of that. I feel like when you wanted a lipstick shade, a very specific one, you would go to the MAC counter and you would find it. I feel like nowadays a lot of shades can be duped, and there are a lot of dupes, I'm sure, I'm positive, but I still reach for these lipsticks. I still do. I mean, I have them, I'm still going to use them. I still have like the most popular known shades like Ruby Woo, Velvet Teddy, Honey Love, Faux, Cream Cup. I do have to say that even though there are dupes out there and you really don't have to spend that much money, which by the way, I don't find MAC to be that expensive. Like a lot of people buy Charlotte Tilbury products, like those lipsticks are like $30+ Tom Ford 50. I will never in my life spend that much money on lipstick. So MAC for 20+ I find is quite okay for being a high-end makeup brand. So it's just like with a lot of products, it's not that they are bad, it's just the hype has passed these. It's definitely a lipstick line that I've had for the longest time in my collection, and I remember the first one that I bought was Angel. Classic, such a classic. Okay, and last but not least, if I wanted, I could even get emotional, because this opened the world to me, to makeup. The Essence lip glosses. Essence lip glosses were the first thing I ever bought. This is a product I have had for years and years and years, and I still buy it. I have many shades. I will continue to buy these. They are amazing. The formula is nice and smooth, hydrating, not gooey, not sticky, not thick, and it's under $3, I believe. Definitely under $5. Definitely under $5. And I think this is beautiful. I will not buy a Fenty gloss bomb in a clear version if I can get a clear Essence lip gloss. So yeah, this has to be my bestie. Like, we're besties. It's almost like with the blushes. Like if I see a shade, a finish I want to try and I just don't want to break the bank, Essence has my back. They just have my heart. They really have my heart. The first brand I ever used and that I still use it today shows that quality is not defined by the price, and Essence is such a proving point for that. So yeah, these were the products that I've been using for many years. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Let me know down below what your makeup products are that you have been using for years and years and you still go back to. I would really love to read your comments, and if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, please take care of yourself. Bye bye!